Okay, just a quick update here. Managed to pull myself away from my latest obsession with the women of the smoking variety, and back to the code and our the new type of project that I'd like to begin looking at. And instead of putting the unit test directory in parallel with these other ones, I decided, not for any logical reason, but just because it's getting a bit messy here. We've got enough test things, and it does belong under Windows. The distinguishing feature about this subdirectory is that it's not in capital letters. And that's actually, I should do that for everything that's special, really. Like this. Well, I don't know. Because this one, basic when app is capital. Yeah, it's always start with the word basic. We didn't do much with DLL. Basic when starts with the word basic. And this also starts with the word basic, but if this one in upper and lowercase letters, it probably should be capital. That way it's easier to navigate around. According to this interpretation, this is another directory with another set of something or other, if one had adopted that convention. Now, oh, did you see my desktop? I've sure been talking about it enough lately. I'm still not 100% satisfied with it. I knew about these mistakes already, and I didn't bother to correct them, but I just wanted to quickly get it up. See the error has been erased. It would take 2 seconds to fix that. I could, in fact, take this picture and within 2 seconds fix that bug. Watch, not 2 seconds, almost. Let's find a picture. Output. I can even just use directly from the output file. Copy it. Stop doing that. And from there, watch how easy it is to fix this problem. Okay, there's a picture. Now all I need is the original lady friend. Nope, don't look at that. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Use. Smoking room. Here she is. don't touch that. No, so there's no hair under there. So it has to belong to this picture. So it's supposed to be black. Okay, well that is. Well, what is? This isn't. Well, this is interpreted. But there's hair underneath here. It's not black. It's funny, it looks like a little strand of hair there. Anywhere else? Alright, erased. Okay. See, look at that. Who's hair there? I erased it. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. So I was wrong, but I was right about that bit. Checking. That's good. 10 is good high quality. 7. If I can fix anything else on that. No. Okay, well, there was something I noticed that I didn't like. Yes. Just take me a sec. Can't really see it. Can't see here and here. And I found a new tool. No, where is that tool? Somewhere in these bubbles. Can't get back there. Is it burn? One of these tools works just too small. It's gotta be bigger. It's like a smudge. This is working. Depends where you start, maybe. See that? It depends, I think so. Yeah. It's that way. But that's not what I wanted to do to it. I want to make it dark, right? It's bright enough. I don't want to burn it. But what was it? For whatever reason, where are they? Here. Okay, lighten or darken. Dodge. Maybe this was it. It looks too big. Not doing anything? Well, that is 100% first. That's what it would do at 100%. Seems like a lightning. It's the line I want to get rid of. that simply requires the only tool I really understand. Okay, so undo. Here's the only thing I know. Try to use it. Oops. Well, you see, I have fixed that other problem. This now is just wasting your time. Sorry about that. And I can't help it. Just cannot stop it. That's better. Smoother now. See? From a big enough distance. Okay, it's called I don't remember. In the output. Don't need preserve. Oh, this is my protected directory. Okay, so it's been modified. Time says, what's the time? Whatever, just run it. There, it's better. It's fixed. The hair is fixed, and this is smooth now. Oh yeah, here, that's the other thing I wanted to fix. Use black. But I won't. That's pretty darn good. So I'll copy those later. Back to what we were doing. Here's our frame test directory. And here's our basic frame app. Now what I did was, instead of making something completely general, like if we're going to use a standard set of messages and callbacks and so on, then you need to have make one of those wizard type things, right? So what I did was I said, okay, well, there's two types of applications. There's things like Notepad here, right? Which just has a single document, and it has these menu items. And then there's multiple document things. So we're only at first, we can ignore multiple documents and start out with single documents. So in here, I've created the first of the set of frame window objects. And the way it works is, put it here. Now, there will be a couple other number defines, so that you'll know which IDs you shouldn't use. It's all quite easy for the ones that they've chosen. This is for MFC, so who cares? They use it, we can use it too. It's usually E100 plus something, right? So just as normal command messages are 100, 101, 102. Well, a typical dialog identifier is in the hundreds. You can see resource.h. See, this is how it goes. The way resource.h works is when the developer studio tries to wants to add a new value to this list, it checks this table to see what's the next available. Well, first off, this is incorrect. I should say 2. I think it's next available. Oh, sorry. Well, at least 3. Resource value. Well, resource value could be 1 of 3. Next, sim's value. It could be, maybe it was right, I'll read it. See, I have RDR 102, and there's an R here. Now this should have started out. Now this, I don't think, I don't think I typed that in. It took that, and then it incremented this. Anyway, somehow it uses these numbers. Now some numbers can be reused because they don't correspond to the same sorts of things. Like a message value, IDC exit, right? Could use the same number as a resource identifier because they identify different types of things. So there's actually more numbers available than you think. In any case, what you do is, or what I've done, is I created this class, and this is in common, and declared all these virtual functions, and overridden windcrock in here, in this frame window thing, and sealed it. So that means that nobody else can jump in ahead of this thing. So if you derive from this, you don't get a windcrock anymore. You have to implement frame window proc. Okay, so that means this thing will come in first and check to see if it needs to call any of these functions. But you get called first. I mean, you can process these messages on your own and not rely on the callbacks if you don't want. And that's indicated by the same bool handled. I should also put that word here. It's the only one that is not obvious because it's a bool. As usual, bools are pretty much like a void type. Now it does handle one message. They're all void functions, but it does do an auto process on file exit, and so you don't have to implement that one if you don't want to. I can't think of anything you'd want to do on file exit because there's already a callback to warn you about an exit coming, and you can cancel the exit. by saying no, not ready. Okay, now this is an exhaustive list after going through afxres.h. Not here. That's hidden away, thank goodness, and you don't need to know. Now I've turned these into macros, but it goes on type name bracket. So type name on type name. So on file new. If it receives a message ID identifier type control type, control ID. Okay, so ID underscore this, then that, or this, then underscore, then that. So if I get an ID underscore file underscore new, I call on file new. See? And so that's, and then I went through the list, and this is all the ones that would be used in a single document program. I could out of the ones that were there. I'm not sure about some of these. I think these ones, even though they're worded backwards, so that makes me think like context help. That's when you press the F1 key, you know. And default help, I don't know. And then there's on help, and oh, that results from an ID help message, which is not on any menu. There's no menu indicated here, but there is a help menu section. And one of the items is index, right? So like in Notepad, in the help menu, well, it doesn't have it. Oh yeah, well this here, view help. That should take you to the index, the help. Of course. Okay, that's the contents, right? So this is the help section for Notepad. Then there's always an about the program name or program, and that's here. So in the help menu, actually I changed this from their wording. They have a different wording, and what I did was, see, I just read. They have something called ID app, right? But there's no app menu at all. So to keep things consistent, I just remap this thing, which I know means about the application, right? But there's no application menu. So I switch that over to keep it consistent with the naming. And so under the help menu, there's app about. Okay, so that's this. Help about the application. It tells you about the application. Okay. And now those are the only that was the main complication. For instance, one of these things was called app exit, right? And that for Notepad, exit comes under the file menu. But there is no app menu, so this app thing is arbitrary. And so therefore, I change app exit into file exit. Okay. And in your resource file, even though you wouldn't have typed it in yourself, because you're going to get that using the copy project, you have an app ID app exit, which is defined in afxres.h that you don't see. The only person that sees afxres.h is the RC file, and I've mapped all of these values to values that the RC file knows, or the afxres uses. I don't know the exact range, I'll figure that out. Okay, now that means that your basic program, and I actually made one, I just using copy project without doing anything. I made something called window. I shouldn't have called it window, but I just did. I just changed something that it's still okay. These things are not sensitive, very sensitive to change. Oh, that's from before. Okay. Alright, get rid of that. Let's make a new one. See if it works. Because I made it, I just recently made a slight modification to the template. What was that to do with? One of the identifiers was wrong somehow, or something or other. But I think it should work just first off this time. Yeah, exit wasn't working, and that was because forget. It was not a difficult one to figure out. So I suppose this is my first. It's going to become a utility, so let me just call it brain test, and like that. Okay. And have to do this every time. Go to all the windows. Get rid of this. So I've done nothing, right? Now here's what I get from by default. I have a class name. Let's make it, I'm going to take out this brush bit, but whatever. I have a menu. I have a set icon function, which I'm going to change. I forgot to change to load. It's the same thing, but this is cleaner to look at. This I'll get rid of. There won't be a default brush. I just want it now for testing. Okay, so create an instance of the class and run it. WinProc doesn't do anything. Header file, nothing. That's your basic program. I should compile. Single document frame window, and then there'll be multiple documents, which would include more things. Now why is it building so much? Can I just do that clean? Or is it in release mode? Debug and code, okay. Okay, well, here goes. F5. There you go. Okay, so you got menus. Now you notice that there's everything's in here, right? So all your job is to remove the things. All of these have the correct identifiers already. Maybe not the right key thing, but that's something you can configure just with the text. Also, I haven't added accelerators, but exit should work. See? Because that one's automatically handled. And nothing else will work. Like there's no automatic handling for that. These things will work. If I want to get rid of that annoying box, I can uncomment this. Now, how do we use it? How do we? Okay. Now, how do we use? Suppose we want to handle file open. Well, we go and we check the declaration here. Okay. So we need to just override this function. We don't need the keyword. Okay. Put that in. Keep things nice and clean. First, I'm going to change this to prefer that name. Void main file open. Now we can use that thing which I've lost the code for. Let me just grab it quickly from here. Okay, so this is a thing that opens text files. Oh, did I define a registry thing? Did that come for free? Probably not. Shouldn't, really. No. So we're going to have to invent initializer. Well, we should have a version reader. So we could use that if you want. I can extract that string, and a special function that does that, which is why I usually use this, because I have a special function for it. Okay, so now that's our registry. And since we're derived from registry, star of this is a reg object. So now we have a file open thing, compile. Now, as far as accelerators, I've never used that before actually, so I don't know how they work. But I'm sure there's nothing to it. Okay, so this should work now. Okay, notice it's just at the root because we've never used it yet. Let's say 10 text files, speed bit. How can I open this? Not going to incriminate me. In here. I know, documents. Okay, no, I didn't actually open it. So now that part, so this works and this works. And now it's just your job to decide which menu items you don't want. And they already have the right number. So you go through here, and what do we want? We don't want this, we don't want that, we don't want mail. Now we can put these as disabled. I don't know what this is, in fact. Usually print previews there. Let's say we don't have a recent file list. Pop up edit. What that is? Oh, okay, menu pop-up. So this is a pop-up menu. Okay, undo, redo is standard. Cut, copy, paste, reuse. I think those are standard. Find next, replace, select all. Don't want that, don't want that. Let's just leave here like that. Help index. Okay, about, and we'll put our program name, which is called frame text. Okay. Don't never touch those identifiers. We don't need that. That's fine. Okay. This is all there is to getting it going. Getting the base. Okay, that's good. Edit has the things that we would want for edit. Right. That's part of fine. Maybe I could say search replace or something, right? And here we have these things that don't do anything. But okay, now how would we want to implement this? Well, again, we go to the base class and see what the function is called. And they're listed by category, so that's in the health category. On, health, app, about your application. So we'll just add that function. You see that it's not exactly that hard, you know. People rave about NFC and how wonderful it is. I mean, how much it's true, it's not completely automated. But do you really want it completely automated all the time? Sometimes it's better to be able to see. What do we want to do here? The greatest frame since a picture and the title about brain test. File. Now, this part could have probably been filled in automatically too. Underscore. That could be the default. You know, MFC has a default. See? It didn't make a sound. Maybe it should make a sound. This is not a happy sound. Oops. Let's get a listing. And F1, F11 on it. Oh, that's icon. User icon? Oh, icon information. That sounds right. See if that makes it. You won't hear it, but I'll hear a sound. And I'll tell you if I hear it. Yeah, it makes a sound. Like a bling. Now, here's one thing. That box didn't appear centered in our window. So that leads to questions about how to center things. And since we have file open, right, what we'd like to do is people just select a file, click open, and have it appear in here. So how do we do that? And like I told you before, there's a thing built into Windows, a class called edit. And if we manage to create an edit window and fit it inside our client area, right? Then we wouldn't need the background brush at all. That would be there, and that paints itself. So we can get rid of the background brush, no glue, and it'll just handle all the keyboard stuff and everything. And that's it. So we're ready to go and build our first editor next time. See you.